All right, thanks, Steve. Now back to that heavy rain overnight causing the flooding this morning in parts of Calumet County.
And Kristen Allen is live now in Brillion with the conditions there. Good morning. What are you seeing?
Good morning. We are in Brillion now, and we are on Madison Street between South Parkway Drive and South Francis Street. And there's a creek that runs through this area here. Take a look at it, and you can see just how high the water is. Not very much further, and it's going to be pouring over this sidewalk here. And in fact, just standing here, you can hear the water rushing by. Now, a little bit further back, you can see just how the water has come up really high onto this grassy area here behind me. So it's really kind of spilled over the banks here and back here by these trees. And if you come with me this way and take a couple steps further right over here on the street, you can see all this water that has poured over onto the street here. And again, this is Madison Street between South Parkway Drive and South Francis Street. So a lot of streets look like this in Calumet County this morning with water pouring over the roadways. So definitely something that you're going to want to be cautious of as you're heading out this morning, because you don't really know what streets are going to have water on them. They can kind of sneak up on you. Now that it is getting lighter out, it's a lot easier to see, but definitely keep that in mind as you head out the door this morning. Reporting live in Calumet County, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.
Kristen Allen is live in Brillion right now to show us some of the worst flooding.
Good morning. Yeah, we've been moving around quite a bit, but we're still hanging out in Brillion, one of the areas that seems to be taking quite a bit of the brunt of this flooding here. So we are on South Parkway Drive near Horn Park, and if you take a look here behind me, you can see all this water here. Now, I admit I'm not very familiar with this area, so my photographer and I had to look on a map when we first got here to kind of see what's what in this landscape here. So on a map, it appears that there is a stream or a pond that runs through this area here, but obviously it's not this large. So that the rain has flooded out the pond and the stream that runs through here as far as we can tell, because you can see now how far this water spills out over onto the banks. It's past this person's mailbox right here. It's stretching back here far into the park, not too far from the water in the distance. You can see soccer nets, so we know that water's not supposed to be there. And if you actually look here behind me, you can see it spills, over the sidewalk here. And you can see all the water over this part of the roadway as well. And if you look a little bit further to the side here, look at all that water over there on that parking lot. Definitely not supposed to be water there. And actually, you can just see all this water. It's rushing over the roadway, rushing. You can see it just moving through that parking lot here. So a lot of flooding here this morning. We've actually seen some cars attempt to drive down this road here and pass this water. Definitely not something that you want to do. Water on roadways is very dangerous and not something to be taken lightly. Now that it is lighter outside, you can see the roads that are flooded a little bit better. When we were driving around earlier this morning in the Hilbert area, it was very dark out, very rural area, and sometimes we wouldn't see water on the road until we just turned down a street and it was right there and you have to turn back around. Now you can see it better, so you definitely want to be alert that it is out there this morning as you're heading out the door. Reporting live in Brillion, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.
And Kristen Allen is live in Brillion right now with the conditions there. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we are still hanging out in Brillion this morning. We are on South Parkway Drive, and as you can see, it is raining very hard here in the area right now. It's picked back up again, but if you take a look behind me, you can see all this water here that is on the roadway and also pouring over into this parking lot area there. But I want to show you over here where all of that water is coming from. We're coming back over across South Parkway Drive, the street here, and you can see all the water over the roadway. Well, if you're taking a walk over here with us, take a look at all this water now. Now, I admit that I'm not very familiar with this area, so when my photographer and I first got here, we looked on a map to kind of see what the landscape was like, and it appears that there is a pond in this area, but I assure you it's not this large. All the rain and everything has caused it to flood, so you can see just how expansive it is going back here, passing these trees, and further back, this is near Horn Park, so there's actually water that isn't that far away from soccer nets, and I think I can see some soccer nets further in the distance that are in the middle of this water here, and surpassing the water comes past this mailbox here too on the side of the road. So it really gives you just an idea of what people here in Brillion and in Calumet County are dealing with this morning A lot of rain, a lot of water, a lot of standing water on the roadways. So do keep in mind that if you're heading out and about in Calumet County today, that you could be encountering some water on the roadways, and to definitely take it easy. Reporting live in Calumet County, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.